Yucaipa is full of them. Alright guys, so by the size of my cigar you can tell that I've done a couple of takes of this, right? A few takes. It's hot out here. How did you guys like the little Honda or Mazda that went by? With the bumblebee muffler. We got those all over town. And they're loud, man. So, oh well. Between them and the Harley Davidsons, you freaking can't hear anything. No, I just want to have a little cigar chat with you guys. Chat about stuff, cop watching and First Amendment auditing. And I wanted to talk in short also about the CHP interaction I had this morning. Now, I watched the video when I was doing edits on it. After editing, I went back and watched it again. I put it on YouTube, and when it was on YouTube and uploaded, I watched that video again. So I've kind of seen it a few times. And I don't know that it's real clear from watching my video what happened. So I'll go through what happened right here real quickly. Now again, this is a cigar chat. Anybody that doesn't like smoking, I apologize, but I haven't had one of these in like 4 months. Okay, so I deserve this, especially after the night I had. But I'm having coffee. I'm sitting in there watching. I just watched The Firm with Tom Cruise, Wilford Brimley, Ed Harris. I just watched that. And so I'm drinking coffee and having a cigar. But what happened on that interaction was, so it was about 2 in the morning or so. And I saw the traffic stop, so I wanted to see what was going on, see if everybody was being treated fairly. When I walked up, I saw the deputy talking to a guy, and I thought he's getting ready to do a FST. Just the way they were talking, I thought, oh, he's getting ready to do a field sobriety test. This is a DUI stop, which it turned out to be, but that was the passenger. The driver was already in the police car. But I walked up, and I saw the CHP car and the deputy sheriff's car parked along the curb there. Then there's a grass median. I was on the sidewalk. And I saw the CHP guy standing in the crook of the passenger door of the CHP car writing. But I'm on a sidewalk, then there's a grass median, then him, so I'm figuring I'm far enough away. So I walk up to see what the deputy's doing, and he's talking. And the CHP guy got done, walked around in the back of the car and did something. I heard him close the back of the CHP car. And then he said, can I help you with something? I said, no, I'm fine. And that's when he said, okay, I need you to go stand over there. He didn't say over here or back here. He said over there. And he was pointing like 100 feet away. No, I'm not. You know, under Penal Code 148G and the Bain Act, and me having press credentials around my neck, that's an unlawful order. He can't order me to do that. That's a violation of PC 148G. So, this is a CHP. That's a California State Penal Code. So I said, no, I'm fine right here. And he started going off. I did back up. And I backed up to where the back of the CHP car is. I stood behind the back of that. So I was behind the CHP car, but over on the sidewalk. Then there's a grass median and then the car. So I was several feet from this guy now at this point. He's not doing anything. He's got the suspect handcuffed. He's in the back of the car. He's not investigating nothing. Freaking cars up there, they're going to tow the Jeep. Everybody's copacetic, right? Except for this bully. So I said, well, I'll stand right here. He goes, no, back there. And he's pointing like 100 feet behind me. And that's when I said, no, something to the effect of, you can't tell me what to do, or you don't tell me to do that. He said, oh, yeah, I do. And he got up. I mean, he did this. I'm going to show you now on camera what he did, because you can't really see it behind camera. You just see him walk up on my camera. Here's what he does. He goes, and then he leans in and pushes. That's why I went off on him, because he was committing battery on a law-abiding citizen, a journalist at that. I had credentials on. I am credentialed with the International Freelance Photographers Organization. I have a code. You put that code in on a website, it'll come up with my name and say this is a lifetime member of the International Freelance Photographers Organization. So I have freelance credentials. I understand that you don't need them to be a journalist. Anybody under the First Amendment, and in California under Article 1, Section 2 of the state constitution, anybody can be a journalist. I get that. However, I am literally credentialed with an organization, freelance organization. So that's why I went off on the guy and told him, get your hands off of me. And I started going off on him because he was committing battery. At that point, his badge didn't matter. He was now a criminal. He's now being a criminal. He's committing battery on a journalist who's abiding by the law. He asked me to step back. I did step back to the back of the police, to where I was behind the police car over on the sidewalk. He wanted me to go back like 100 feet, all the way back to this phone pole. No, that's an unlawful order. So that's why I went off on the guy, because at that point he was abusing his power and authority as a law enforcement officer. He was trying to enforce laws that weren't being broken. He was enforcing the law on a law-abiding citizen. Can't do that. So those of you who may not know and may go, well, man, he was telling you to do something. No, here's the thing. The law, as much as it is on the side of law enforcement officers to enforce laws, the law is on your side, that if you're abiding by the law, if you're doing a constitutionally protected activity, whether it's federal constitution or your state constitution, they can't do anything to you without them getting in trouble. Now they can be bullies, they can do something to you and then lie about it or justify it with false reporting. They can do that, and he would have done that. He would have said, well, I was impeding, or I was resisting him, or I was obstructing his investigation. He would have made up some 148 bullshit, 148A, although I had it on camera, so he basically, he broke the law with his uniform and badge on, and I think that's why he realized when I said, you're committing battery, I think he realized, oh shit, and that's why he turned around and walked off. He went, shut up, shut up, shut up. That's what he did. And then he walked off, if you go watch that video. But that's why he did that, and then he walked off. And of course I berated him for the rest of the night, only because cops like that, that's not the first time he's done that. It's not the first time he's violated somebody's rights. Okay, cops like that don't just violate your rights. They don't just all of a sudden have a bad night, and that cop does that habitually. How do I know? Because I know people. I know people. I'm like Clint Eastwood in the movie Line of Fire. I know people, Lily. You have to go watch the movie. I know people, Lily. But I do. I know people. I know attitudes. I study people. I film cops all the time. So that's not the first time he's done that. And it probably will not be the last time he does that. He's a bully with a badge. Now you notice the deputy didn't do anything. You know why? Because our dear sheriff, who I actually respect, trains those deputies. Well, now some deputies, yeah, push the line. I've seen High Desert Community Watch get bullied by deputies. But trust me, you let the sheriff know, John McMahon, that'll get corrected. Because he has high standards. And I wasn't interfering, I wasn't obstructing, I wasn't delaying, just standing there with a camera on a sidewalk, public sidewalk. Now, while we're having our cigar chat along these same lines, I'm gonna jump to another video. The cop in San Bernardino now is filming. He had pulled a black passenger out and handcuffed him, put him in the back of a police car, which later he let him go because he didn't do anything criminal, didn't do anything wrong. They were Terry frisking the driver, and I couldn't see from the passenger side of the car, so I didn't walk closer to the cops. Oh, I'm sweating like crazy, man. It's hot. I didn't walk closer to the cop. No, I went sideways, so to speak, stepped over towards the street. I was still on the sidewalk though. I basically went from the left side of the sidewalk to the right side of the sidewalk. I didn't get closer to the cop. And the reason I did it was so I could film over into that V crevice of the driver's car door to see what that cop was doing with the driver. He was Terry frisking him while he was still seated behind the wheel. I wanted to see what he was doing. And the cop on the passenger side said, "Hey, I need you to back up." Well, again, I was about 30 feet from them, approximately 25 to 30 feet, and I wasn't delaying, obstructing, nor resisting, or interfering, nor impeding, nor any other thesaurus word you want to use. I was standing there with the camera doing this. So that's why I told that cop, just do your job. You know, I went off on him and told him, just do your job. Because again, he was trying to impose his authority and his badge onto somebody that was a law-abiding citizen doing a constitutionally protected activity, both federal and state. First Amendment, California's Article 1, Section 2. PC 148G, the Bain Act. So, you know, it's not that I'm anti-cop. It's not that I resist cops. It's not that I hate cops. It's that I'm not going to let the police impose upon my freedom just because I'm a cop and I'm telling you what to do. Some people out there think if a cop tells you what to do, you have to do it. I've had police officers say, well, it's for our safety. Your safety, the only thing cameras have killed are careers. I'm not running up on you. I'm not shouting threats at you. I'm standing there like this, narrating what you're doing into a camera. How does that make you unsafe? And then that cop, and I want to bring up too, that video in San Bernardino, a girl walks by and walks down the sidewalk past them. I didn't hear him say, hey, 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 stay back, we're doing something. He didn't say nothing to her. You know why? She didn't have a camera. Yeah, she didn't have a camera. So he just didn't like me filming his partner over there frisking that guy. He was afraid I was going to catch his partner. I'm sorry, I got sweat in my eye. He was afraid I was going to catch his partner doing something wrong, is what it was. God, man. Okay. It is hot as... Guys, I'm sweating like Robert Mueller at a congressional hearing. Holy shit. But that's what he was afraid of, that I was going to catch his partner doing something. So all of you, especially you new cop watchers out there, I know I've subscribed to a couple of new ones out there, don't think that every time a cop tells you to do something, you have to do it. Okay? Because you don't. You don't. You don't have to obey a cop every time. Sometimes you can tell the cop, you know what, just fucking do your job. Don't worry about me. Okay? Now, I said in one video that when a cop tells you to do something, just do it. I didn't mean everything, and when I was doing editing on that video, I realized how generalized that statement was. I was like, that was a pretty general statement. I wasn't talking about any order a cop gives you, so let me clarify. I was specifically referring to if a police officer says, I need you to sit here, you're detained, or I need you to get your hands in the air, or I need you to stop right there, turn around. That's when you obey the cop. That's what I was talking about. You don't reach down and pull your pants up. You don't start fumbling in your pockets. I'm specifically referring to when a cop has you as a suspect and he's giving you orders, just do it. Don't mess around, just do what the cop tells you. But when you're standing there filming the cop with your camera and he says, back up, or hey, I need you to stop, go over there, stuff like that, you can just tell him to F off. Okay? This thing about back up, that's, you know, cops learn that behavior. It's almost like a teacher saying, good morning, class. You know, it's like that. Cops just know, back up. Why? Because you want me to? You know, it's just, you don't have to do that every time. Some cops just don't like cameras. because they don't want their boss seeing something and going, oh, you made a mistake here. See what I'm saying? They're being evaluated by the public, and they don't like that. Me, I don't care, because you record me all day long at my job. I'll be like, how you doing? I'm just helping people. That's the end of my cigar chat. I am freaking sweating. My eyes keep burning from the salt and my sweat. Maybe I should wring my forehead out on some eggs and have some salty eggs for breakfast. So, hey guys, I do have some bratwurst in here. You guys want to come get some hot Italian bratwurst? I got it on the skillet in here for breakfast. This is Now Ukaipa Cigar Chat. Thanks guys for hanging with me. And just remember, if a police officer is giving you an order or command, weigh it first and say, what's going on here and why is he telling me to do this? And you don't always have to obey. Sometimes you can say, man, get lost, kick rocks. Thank you, High Desert Community Watch, for that great High Desert Community Watchism. Kick rocks. All right, and the Greyhound one. This one was free. Next time I charge you for an education. I forget who says that, but I borrowed that one too. I'm the, oh, what's that comedian's name? I was going to say, I'm him of Copwatching. There's a comedian that's always stealing people's jokes. Well, no, a lot of them do it. Dennis Leary does it too. But he stole Joe Rogan's jokes, and Joe Rogan just freaking went off. What's that guy's name? Rivera? Not Pablo Rivera. I don't know. Not Pablo Escobar. No. Something Rivera. All right, guys, I got to go. Thank you for watching. Happy Sunday. Tomorrow starts a new week. For me, it's online schooling with my kid. I got to make sure he signs in. Oh, you guys see my bald spot? Talk to you guys later. Thanks.